Give me the argument, the best argument you know, for the power of cinema.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
What's up?
Nothing much.
I'm not ready.
I know.
Welcome, everybody, to Peliculas with the bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And we've been gone for a while, but I'm back. And we're back. I shouldn't say I'm back. That's sort of conceited.
You're
but
back.
I'm back.
I've been here.
I've been lagging. You haven't. You've been ready.
I've been grinding. 9 to 5.
You've been putting in the
24/7.
work?
Spiritually, I did.
And mentally, you haven't?
Physically, I haven't.
Physically, that's right. Spiritually and physically. I was on vacation, marriage stuff, and
Don't be humble.
and you're over here grinding away, right?
Yeah.
But we're back. We're ready to do this podcast for sure. Peliculas with the Bros. What is it? A podcast about movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what movie are we talking about today?
Free Guy.
Free Guy. So we're behind, right? Like we should be actually doing Shang-Chi or some dumb movie like that.
Yeah.
But we're doing Free Guy,
Yeah.
which is fine. We'll catch up, right?
Yeah.
I'm not really too excited to watch Shang-Chi. Did you see any reviews for that?
Racist.
It is. But
I heard good things.
so should we watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I heard better things than I expected. Like, I expected Captain Marvel, but people are saying, like, this is, like...
Black Panther, but not black.
They should...
Another color.
Careful now.
that we
Careful
will
now.
not use because we don't know color.
We only know shades.
When I look at someone, they're either white or black. That was bad. It's like you're there's no in betweens, you know.
Uh-huh.
And when I say white and black, I don't mean color.
Soul.
Yes.
The white and blackness of their soul.
Yeah. And even if you're black, that doesn't mean you're bad, or even if you're white, that doesn't mean you're bad.
Uh-huh.
I just see white and black. I don't know where to go from there, Ivan.
And many shades in between.
There's no shades for me.
No gray?
Nope.
Opaque?
You know, sometimes you can be black in soul and be so rich and so white.
Hmm.
White like a light shining down on you. But you can be white as well and be very mean, but also very nice. It just depends.
I get what you're saying, but...
I guess what I'm trying to say is black and white don't matter.
Uh-huh.
No colors matter in our eyes.
You should make that a shirt. No colors matter.
Oh.
That's racist, I think.
Well, yeah, because then they say it's the all lives matter, right? No.
It's no lives matter.
No lives matter. We think like Don. We're like, nothing really matters.
Yeah.
Nothing matters.
Yeah.
That's a sign we should hang on our wall and
No.
preach to the heavens.
No lives matter.
Well, no heavens, because we don't believe in heaven. Isn't that nihilistic?
Some say heaven is on earth.
Isn't that like a rap album or something?
Yes.
Heaven is on earth.
Well, that's like a line in Donda. The album by Kanye West.
Oh, God. That old thing. That recycled garbage of trash. Now we'll get to that. Okay, let's get back to the podcast, Ivan. This is Peliculas with the Bros.
Yep.
Podcast where me and my little brother,
That's me.
Ivan, talk about movies. We've been gone for a while, but now we're back, and we're talking about Free Guy. Free Guy. Let's get into it, right?
Yeah.
Initial feelings about Free Guy when you heard about it coming out.
Thought it would be bad. Like, obviously bad. Like, who made this? Whose idea was this?
Well, the concept of a NPC is sort of interesting to me, but yeah, I also thought,
It's like
I'm not gonna watch it.
Like the movie you would think of when you're in like elementary school. Like, what if we made a movie about the video game characters?
Yeah.
in there? And that's like what it is.
Yeah. It's kind of like the movie you would think about when you're high, when you're like, why don't they ever talk about the guys that aren't in the people that aren't the superheroes
The
in the
other
video game.
guys.
The other guys. They're like, nah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's not make a movie about that.
Yeah.
The movie is directed by Sean Levy.
Mm-hmm.
The premise of the movie: Guy is an NPC, a non-playable character in the most popular game, Free City.
Mm-hmm.
He is completely unaware of this and lives his life thinking bank robberies, car explosions, and a life where you do the exact same thing every day is the best life anyone could ask for. But of course, the one thing Guy is not happy with is that he longs for his dream girl. But then he meets her, Molotov Girl, a character in the video game who in real life is called Millie, and she is trying to prove that the creator of Free City stole her and her partner's code to make this tremendously successful game.
Mm-hmm.
And the story goes on from there.
Mm-hmm.
With the cast of Ryan Reynolds as Guy, Jodie Comer as Millie Rusk / Molotov Girl, Joe Keery as Walter Keys McKees,
Made up name.
kinda, Lil Rel Howery. How do you say his name?
Who?
Lil Rel. He's the guy.
The security
He's the
guy?
black comedian that they always get for all these comedic roles, like for the past
He's
5
like
years.
The new Bernie Mac.
Is he? He has
Yeah.
that kind of soulness to him, huh?
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
He-
don't know. I don't know his name.
he plays Buddy. Forgive me for this pronunciation. Utkarsh Ambudkar as Mouser. He's the Indian
Oh yeah.
game tester in the
Yeah.
game. Taiki Waititi as Antoine.
Wow.
You like that? I'm getting better at saying his
Yeah.
name. Maddie Cardaropol as Keith, the gamer behind Revgemin Buttons. Revgemin? It's Benjamin, but with the R.
Regimen.
Revgemin Buttons. And Channing Tatum as Regimen Buttons, Keith's in-game avatar. Ivan, so going into this movie, you were like, not for me? Or when you first heard it, you were like, not
First
for me?
heard it, and then I heard like actual like good things.
Uh-huh.
Not like this is actually amazing, but like yeah, it was actually good.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not too sad about having to watch this.
Yeah. When I first heard it, I was like, no, it's not for me. And then when I heard who's gonna be in it with Ryan Reynolds, I was like, well, Ryan Reynolds is sort of the moment, and he's hit sort of like some kind of superstardom coming off of Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
He's really found his niche with like that kind of role and his weird kind of comedic acting. So after that, I was like, oh, I think this movie's gonna be okay. He wouldn't just sign up for anything, especially at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you, when other people start talking about it and saying it's pretty good, I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually excited to see this.
Yes.
I'm sort of surprised though that you weren't more into it, given that it's like a.
But that's so offensive.
I'm not saying you're a gamer, but you're a gamer, right?
This is a different type of gamer.
Ah.
This is a Twitcher, as you so lovingly created.
those Twitchers out there.
Yeah, this is for like the Twitch streamers.
It's funny because like I was writing down notes about this movie, and I was trying to describe the YouTube personalities that come out in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, what's a succinct way of calling these people? Twitchers. So I'm offending you, or I shouldn't say offend, but
It's like you don't know me.
I don't know the real Ivan.
You don't know me.
Will the real Ivan please stand up?
He's not here.
Okay. But yeah, I know that, and I probably shouldn't have lumped you into this Fortnite gamer
It's a form of
watcher.
racism is what it is.
Yeah, it is. What do you? I didn't think it was gonna be specifically for those, like targeted or revolving. It's not specifically for the Twitch streamers, but it does put the target on their back, so to say,
Yeah.
right?
I think if this was made like 10 years ago, we wouldn't have any of like those Twitch guys saying like, this guy is a guy. He's
Yeah.
this. And then like all these personalities, like not 10 years ago, but now that they're such a big part of like gaming, they would be stupid not to put it.
Well, 10 years ago, what would this movie look like? It's still NPC
Mhm.
based, but who would they get?
I think it'd be the same, just without like, because all they were is like saying they're like the news section of like
Yeah.
the movie, saying like this is the guy.
Yep.
You could literally cut that out. Maybe
Yeah.
put in like, I don't know.
People from IGN or something.
Yeah, something like that, or like the news, anything.
It is kind of crazy that in the past 10 years, a whole ecosystem, you can even say like business model has
Industry.
industry has risen from this Twitch, YouTube, video game, what is it, streaming, watching
Yeah.
business. Like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, yeah. Like it's existed for a while with YouTube, but not as like there's people who played video games and then uploaded the cut videos.
Yes.
That was like the proto version of it.
Yes.
But now we're like live, where they play the whole game and you watch them play the whole game, or it's like multiplayer, you watch them play that.
Yeah.
And that's like how the evolution went.
And it's, for me, standing 1 mile away, looking at that, it makes me think, geez, like I've always thought, Jesus, do you guys not have anything better to do than watch
Jeez.
people watch people play video games?
Yeah.
Like, there's playing video games, which is a waste of time, and then there's watching people play video games.
Mm-hmm.
But zooming in, it's not too different from me listening to podcasts, right?
Yeah.
It's not too different from any other form of consuming media in any kind of way.
Yeah.
It's just a different kind of media.
Yeah.
But it is strange, isn't it? Or is it just me?
It's both. Because like for you, like it's not for you, so it's gonna be like strange no matter what.
Yeah.
But like, it is kind of strange just to watch these people. Like they're honestly not even like super hilariously creative comedians. It's just that they have like that very mainstream attractive personality that like 14-year-olds, like 15-year-olds, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just like hooks them, and then it's like they're part of that group of people who like that person. So like, they just make that little social group of like, hey, we all collectively know this
Mm-hmm.
Twitcher.
Yep.
So that's like just how it crops up.
I think also, like what you're saying, like once you build a little community,
Mm-hmm.
that's all. I feel like that's very what is it called, like instinctual to a human being. What is it, like your basic?
Yeah. Instinct.
It's not a basic instinct. It's more like it's very it's like a core thing in humans to have a community.
Yeah.
Right? So once you have that, no matter what it is, people are going to get hooked.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to see just like how that plays out in any facet. So this movie though, Ryan Reynolds, let's not get this construed or misconstrued.
That's not.
Let's not get this right, okay? Let's not get this misconstrued. This is a Ryan Reynolds powerhouse movie.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a movie where the filmmaker is the auteur, or where the screenwriting is at the central focus.
So it's made to be a fun movie.
Yes.
And if you're like, well, it's no Citizen Kane. You're like, yeah,
Exactly.
obviously.
And it's also obviously like powered by this force that is Ryan Reynolds. Because like I was mentioning earlier, after Deadpool, he hit this like crescendo of fame. That's
like that group of, yeah, you're famous.
Yeah. And I think it's because how perfectly he fit into that Deadpool role,
Yeah.
where he sort of made it become Ryan Reynolds. Like, he and Deadpool are the same kind of person, right?
Yeah.
His humor is so different though from like a regular comedic actor, or I feel like it's different, because when I think of like the top tier comedic actors of our time, you think of like Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, who we talked about a lot previous podcast. But what makes them different in your eyes?
I think they all have their own brand of funny, and they just always play that character. Like Adam
Sandler.
He's like that yelly guy, like, all right, already.
Yeah.
And that's like what you know him as.
Uh-huh.
And then Will Ferrell's like says those weird little random things. Robin Williams, he's like super charismatic.
Yeah.
But lovable. Jim Carrey's just wacky.
Yep.
And they always played that character in like whatever role, besides like their serious ones. But like they play that character.
Mm-hmm.
So does Ryan Reynolds when he does a comedy. But I haven't really seen Ryan Reynolds in like a serious acting role.
Yeah, except for Green Lantern.
What the?
That guy did there. There's also the thing that he's good looking.
Yeah.
So it's a double whammy, right?
A two-hitter?
You have Jim Carrey, who you can say arguably, yeah, he's kind of good looking. Yeah. But you have Ryan Reynolds good looking. And his comedic chops, which is like sort of craziness, right?
That's true. Like, what other actor is like a comedic actor that's actually like, yeah, that's an attractive guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
But like
you could say Chris Pratt, right?
Yeah.
But that's not even Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, like I don't think Pratt has that like basic like model attractiveness.
Yeah.
He's like he's a nice guy attractive.
Right.
Like cool dude.
And then you have Chris Hemsworth, Thor. Is it Chris?
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth. But he's obviously good looking, but he's not, you can tell he's not the comedic powerhouse.
He's like charming.
Yeah.
But he's not like, you don't see him, you're like, oh, I'm ready to laugh.
Right. You only learn that after watching Thor.
Yeah.
But maybe he's not going to be able to come up with a one-liner, a quick one-tour that'll make you laugh. Let's take a quick break. After watching the movie, Ivan, what were your feelings? What were your MIDI feelings?
I had a new lust for life, as some would say. Like, I feel ready to live my own free city.
Was it too heavy, the themes? Or was it a good? It was good.
It's rated R, huh?
No. PG-13.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I don't think it's rated R.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think if it's like a kind of cartoonish movie like this, you have to have like cartoonish themes, which means like live your life.
Yeah.
Because everything's like so over the top in its own way. Like, I don't know, like a more subtle movie would be like you could extract tiny little, The Green Knight, you could extract its themes through like little things they say and overall stuff. Like there's still obvious themes, but it's not as obvious as Free Guy. Where he's like, you can be whatever you want to be.
Or like, what's my purpose in life if I don't even exist? If I'm not even real?
Yeah.
Like they literally say that.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like,
who cares?
This is meaningful right here.
Yeah.
Just talking to you, my best bud. That's meaning to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. Like when it's a movie that's
cartoonish
and quote unquote basic,
the
concepts have to be heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And even though the concepts are, if you really look at them, they're really existential, you know? Like, what's the meaning of life? Do I have any purpose? All these things, killing artificial intelligence. These are very pretty heavy things, but they don't go too heavy, and that's fine. Because imagine this movie trying to really get into those things. You can't imagine that.
To make like a serious version of this.
Yeah.
With like, it's real life. You made a living being. And they're like, I don't care. I want money.
Well, that movie would be basically a Black Mirror episode
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And it could be done. I mean, like, you could see like someone like Jordan Peele doing something like this, or
That'd be scary though if that happened in real life. Like the legality, like there's no legislation in place to protect that life.
Nope.
Even though it would be like technically a life, but it's
it would
not.
be a genocide,
Yeah.
a virtual genocide.
Yeah. Like in Tron.
And what's the difference between a virtual genocide and a real genocide? Like, who's to say that isn't
You
real?
could use this movie in like 30 years or however long it takes. He's like, look, watch this movie, and if you still want to kill that AI, you're a monster.
Like, you can say, even back then,
Uh-huh.
30 years ago, they were debating
Mhm.
the legality of this.
Mhm.
And here we are in this court
Mhm.
about to kill these people. No.
No. They're just crying. No.
That's how I have my jurors, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
The video game setting of this, like I was saying earlier, I'm not a gamer, but going into this, I'm like, oh, I'll give it a shot. But once I was in it, it looked cool. I liked the idea of, or I liked how they presented it. I like how we're not in like a totally CGI rendered world.
Mhm.
Instead, it's just like very cookie cutter.
Mhm.
And I like how when Ryan Reynolds' character puts on the glasses, he sees like the HUD,
HUD.
the HUD.
Come on.
What a game! I don't know, man. You know me. I
on.
don't know games. But yeah, all that looked pretty cool. It was funny because like I went to the movie theaters. I went to go watch it with my new wife,
What?
Tanya Zaragoza Fracio.
What?
And we're in the theaters. We're not gamers.
New wife.
My new wife. Shout out to my old wife. We're in the theaters. We're not gamers, but the crowd was, I would say, there's
Stinky.
a good amount of
Smelly.
smelly gamers in there.
Icky.
And it was fun because it was obvious who was the gamers.
Ah.
And it was funny because I was living vicariously through one guy specifically. And every time YouTube, Twitcher
Gosh.
came on the screen, they're like, oh, yeah. And then like this one girl came out who I didn't know who was. And the girl came out and it's like, and I'm like, oh, man, what it is to be young and dumb.
Oh, my God.
As I left, I noticed that he came with his like 60-year-old mom and dad.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how old he was, but whatever. But yeah, I was like, this movie is made for this guy, you know.
Yeah.
I'm happy for this man right here. Whether it's a child or a man, I didn't take a good look, but I was happy
Didn't
for
want
him.
to.
But it was funny because like whenever the person came out, he was going like that, like finally, like a friend was just entering the room, like, where have you been all this time?
God.
Isn't that corny?
A little bit.
But isn't it fun to live that way and like not care?
No.
I agree.
I recognize them too, but I was more like, oh, God. Like, I didn't think they'd do this. Because I didn't know it was going to get that real.
Yeah.
So I just saw them and I was like, oh, what the?
Yeah.
This is kind of freaking me out a little bit.
It's like I watch you on YouTube, not in public with all these people. Sean Levy. He's the director of this movie. I only know him from Stranger Things. I know that he's like, he started, I think he helped executive produce it, and now he's like a big shot, super big shot. running around Hollywood wild. But now I realized that he's actually been in the game for a while. He started with like in 2005 or whatever, but he's done Cheaper by the Dozen, that movie that's always on cable, with Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm.
The Pink Panther. He started Night at the Museum, so he's uber rich.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something to be said about the good hand, you know, the guy that just comes in, does his job, and does it well.
Right.
And when you're dealing with the movie, I would say it's basically directed by Reynolds,
Yeah,
not directed by this guy.
probably.
And I think he does a good job. You know, he has the directing style that I like to call pop directing. Like, you just make a straight up pop song.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like Drake.
You took my thunder right there. I was setting myself up, but you got it.
I had to.
I was gonna say it's not too dissimilar from a Krispy Kreme donut, a In-N-Out burger, or a new Drake album. And you took my thunder.
That's what I do.
You're a good man, Ivan. You're a good man. But coming back full circle, this movie, it's a movie that's pretty unique to like an NPC. No one's really thought to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The message of the movie is kind of heavy-handed, but I think what you're in here for is really like just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really two ways about it. And I think they executed it well. I think Reynolds is such a gifted comedic actor, and he's so he commits so hard that anything he does is gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
There's one specific scene where so he's laying on the ground at the bank that he's working on, and he's getting robbed, and he's talking to his best friend Buddy on the ground about the girl of his dreams, and he has his hand on his head, his stomach's on the ground, and his legs are just swaying in the air like a little girl, and he just commits to that, you know.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't expect an actor to do that, especially a guy that looks like a smoldering good-looking guy like that, you know.
Yeah.
There aren't too many actors that are willing to look stupid, and he does it over and over in this movie. And I think that's just what makes him good. After this, we'll get into the best scene and rate this movie. Ivan, let's do it. Ivan, this movie was a success, is a success. It's one of the few movies that's coming out during this post-pandemic era and done well. 250 million.
Really?
What? And it's a original IP. What do you think? Is there a secret sauce? One little added caveat to this is that it was not available on demand. It's only in theaters. So people are looking at that and saying maybe that's the way.
I think quality will just win in this pandemic time, because nobody's going to want to risk, however tiny it is, risk getting COVID for a bad movie. So they want that little bit of like promise that like it's a good movie, like a decent, like a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Anything higher than that is like worth that tiny risk.
Oh, well, let's get Corona.
Yeah. Because like, I don't know. I have to look at the other movies, but I'm sure a lot of them aren't making that much money. Like Shang-Chi, it made money, right?
I don't know.
I think it did. But because of quality. So, I mean, I'm kind of going off like instinct, not like
Yeah.
numbers.
Hard
but
facts.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure just straight up quality movies are going to do okay. We'll see with Dune.
I think that's the big test, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple big tests. There's that. There's James Bond. I feel like there's something else, but those are big tests that they're coming out in October, and it's put up or shut up time.
Well, I hope James Bond is bad, so we could see what a bad blockbuster movie would make. And then Dune would be obviously good.
Well, I hate... This is a different tangent than what we're talking about, but I hate that there's reviews already coming out for Dune. Because we're literally a month away.
It comes out soon for others. Like a week.
Yeah, okay. But still, a week for me to avoid all the freaking headlines that
Wait,
Dune
you
is
worried
this.
it's gonna get spoiled when you read the book?
Not spoiled, but I don't want to hear this is a
scene?
good movie, this is a bad movie, this is a boring movie, this is an exciting movie. You know, I don't want to hear that because it gets in my head.
Yeah, but like you could kind of feel like what the general gist of what the movie actually is from like all these different voices. Like with Free Guy, the general gist is like, yeah, it's good, and it was true. General gist of Shang-Chi is, yeah, it's good, and that'll probably be true.
Is it Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi?
It's like ethnically Shang.
Okay, Shang.
I'm
That's
just
gonna be hard.
trying not to be racist when
'Kay.
we get canceled in 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, we've been canceled.
As long as I put in the effort to not be racist, I think that should count a lot. You know?
It should, but they can just take a little snippet and it won't even matter.
Clip, TikTok me and
They'll
TikTok too.
TikTok you quicker than you can say 1, 2, 3. Jesus
Canceled.
Christ on a cracker. Shout out to Pete Campbell.
Okay.
I was watching Mad Men and he was like, Jesus Christ on a cracker. And I laughed out loud because he was so serious about it.
Sounds like him.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Shang-Chi.
Oh, quality or just the movie?
Bad blockbuster.
Yeah, like I see it with games and like music, like everything. Like you could kind of get the general idea of how good it'll be, and if it turns out Dune's like literal like a 6 out of 10, like it was gonna be a 6 out of 10 when I watched it. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think I'll watch it and be like, why is everyone saying this was 6 out of 10?
There's also the fact that like I've grown in my taste where like if everyone gives it a 6, that means it has the potential to be anywhere from a 4 to an 8 to me. Because
Okay.
I can see I have taste that will increase it or decrease it.
For me, it's like if it's generally a 6, it's probably like 5 to 7.
Uh-huh.
But if it's like super divided, that means it's probably good or like so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think it has to be more. It would be like a good movie that's just hard to get, or like a good video game, good music that's just hard to get.
Yeah.
Like if it's really divided, because sometimes they're like a little too like highbrow, and people are like, "Well, that was boring," but like sometimes that's the point.
Well, that's lowbrow, isn't it?
Highbrow is like, "Ooh, this is smart." Lowbrow is like,
Yeah. If you think you're smart, then you want slow stuff.
"You want highbrow."
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's too highbrow, the dummies will be like, "That was a slow movie.
Oh, okay. Yes. Correct.
that
Yep.
was dumb.
Yep.
That was boring."
Yeah.
Like for video games, Death Stranding, like everyone hated that, but
It's
like
a different game.
yeah, it's supposed to be slow. It's supposed to be like tedious because you're literally walking around delivering packages.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to feel that tediousness.
By the way, I follow Hideo Kojima. Is that his name?
Yes, sir.
He has a great Instagram account.
I don't follow his Instagram actually.
It's
I
more
should.
like a he posts like mood things.
I like those. I should follow him.
and I'm like,
It's cool when like people like artists have like Instagrams like that,
yeah,
because that's more interesting than seeing like the 30th painting they drew or
correct.
like just photos of them.
Yes.
Like I want to see how you see everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Death Stranding was like super divided, and I played it like people are stupid.
Right.
They don't get it. But there's also like if it's not a game for you, you're not gonna like it no matter what.
Correct.
Even if you do get it.
Correct.
So it's like for those kind of things where it's like super divided, that's the ones where it's you just gotta watch it and then make your own opinion on it.
Uh-huh.
But generally, it's like you could see what the movie is or a game or whatever.
That's why like artistic films that are trying to be more artistic are always the more interesting ones to me, because they can easily rack up points, because it's like when you don't tell someone something and you just let their mind make up things of what you think they're telling, what you think they're thinking, then you're going to come up with 100 more ideas than me saying it's this. You know?
Yeah.
So you're giving me more time to ponder, more time to make up a reason why it's good or bad.
I think the hard part about that is like the artists who this is controversial, but the ones who like make something without meaning for no reason, like they just spit on something, like
yeah,
art.
yeah,
And I guess you can like figure out some sort of meaning to that, like, oh, he's saying art is just so pointless.
yeah.
But in his head, he's probably like, these idiots will eat anything up.
Yeah, that's always been the age-old debate, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the line between, like, literally trying to say something and literally trying to do nothing?
Keep that thought when we're talking about Certified Lover Boy. I will not go deeper into this, but you're in for something.
Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna die. All right, let's move on. Best scene of the movie, of Free Guy, because this is what we're talking about. I like the scene where a guy figures out that he's in a video game when he puts on the glasses, or not even a video game, but he puts on the glasses and he sees like this whole video game world. That's a cool little visual trick that I found fun and engaging. I really like the scene. I think it's probably like low key my favorite scene where he asks for cappuccino at the coffee shop, and since they're all programmed to think one way and they're only the characters are programmed to always have coffee, it sort of causes a glitch in the game. And then they do the tilt of the camera. I'm like, oh, yes.
That was like in Inception when they're in like the dream and he's talking to the dude. And like, look, everyone notices now. And they're all like looking at him.
Yes.
And quiet. It's kind of like that.
So good. I like the scene where Guy kisses Millie.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, yeah, if you
With
can.
the new guy or like when he got reset or?
No, before. Well, both scenes were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the visualness of the second one.
Yeah.
But when Guy first kisses Millie, and then Millie's like on the other side.
Oh, he's like,
and she's like,
what am I doing?
Yeah. It's like literally that's how a gamer would feel.
Yeah.
Because they can't feel the kiss as a character.
Yeah. For now.
Yeah. Oh. You have to put some like
Haptic
lips.
Just a full haptic, like it goes inside into
Oh.
your stomach.
To feel something, to feel like yourself eating.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you take
yeah.
it out to not eat it. So weird. I like the scene between Guy and Benjamin Buttons.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
I was a little surprised because I saw him at the start of the movie. I'm like, that's kind of a funny cameo.
Yeah.
And then they brought him back.
It's unfortunately seeing Tatum in the beginning of the movie made me expect that I was gonna get 21 Jump Street caliber movie.
Oh.
For some reason, it just hit in my head where I'm like, this movie's gonna be as good as 21 Jump Street, and it wasn't. But that's my fault, and not anyone else's. But anyways, yes, the scene between Channing Tatum and Ryan Reynolds was peak for me because like they're both hilarious.
Yeah.
And Tatum,
he commits too.
He commits too, but he's not that good of an actor. That's his issue. I agree. He always commits, but he's not embarrassed to do dumb things. But something about Reynolds' face is so weird, and Tatum can't do that. He's too like good looking in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. It's a different kind of good looking.
I think it's because Magic Mike, it kind of like has that little branding on him forever.
Yeah. Okay, this is what it is. And maybe it is Magic Mike, but Tatum is bad boy good looking. Reynolds is like
soft features, nice guy.
Yeah, clean boy good looking.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. We settled that. And then Guy versus Dude.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
I like that one. Probably the most, but it's like the peak scene, like the climax. So it's like you choose that, you're kind of lame.
It was it was too much for me seeing the Star Wars and
It was funny.
It was funny, but
It reminded me of Ready Player One.
yeah.
But like when Captain America,
Yeah.
I was like, this is nice. I like this. It's just like so obviously stupid.
And then you have Chris Evans saying, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's the whole movie's like corny, but like on purpose corny.
Yes.
But not like
And
they
that's
know
hard.
they know it's like, come on, this is a video game. It's gonna be corny.
And that's
Like,
hard to do, you know.
Yeah.
That's a skill in itself.
Yeah.
Like we have to go full corny but accept it,
Yeah.
and people will like
not
it.
be embarrassed that it's gonna be obviously corny.
Yeah.
But then you could end up just being corny for making it. So it's like you risk either actually being corny or being interesting corny.
Well, saying that, I don't think this movie is gonna have legs in 10 years,
You racist.
but it might. Cause like corny movies are hard to. Good movies that are corny are hard to stay. Like
It
good.
depends how video games go.
It does.
Maybe like, well, the Twitchers are gonna age out. Like those in 10 years, they're not gonna be the same people. Like maybe
I don't even know if they're gonna be alive in 10 years.
There you go. But it's horrible. You might kill them. That's gonna age, but like, I don't know if gaming dramatically changes in 10 years. Maybe this will age it faster, but like VR would be the only thing that really changes it.
It'll be interesting to have this sort of stamp of like this is what games were like,
Oh, like a time
during this time.
capsule?
Yeah, like Tron. I don't know if Tron's a good interpretation of what 1980s video games were, because like it was sort of so weird, you know?
Yeah, but they had to work with like so minimal gaming, like boo, boo,
Exactly.
boo, and that to make a story out of boo, boo, boo,
I
boo.
know, it's like how it's gonna look so bad if it's like Pong.
It'd be cool to see like game movies like this, because Tron and this are basically like the same movie, where like
Yeah.
you're in the game. Like it's
What
the
about
same.
Pixel? Remember that?
I never watched it. I
Me
don't know
neither.
how that worked.
Me neither.
Trash.
Yeah, it probably was. This movie does have heavy Ready Player One vibes though,
Yeah. Yeah.
but in a different. It's like it does because it's sort of similar concept, but other than that, I'm just glad they didn't have like 100,000 characters in there. Like they didn't have
Yeah.
Pac-Man or Sonic running around.
Just like tiny little ones, but they really cared more about like having a fun time than having all these tiny gimmicky
Space
Easter eggs.
Jammy.
Oh. Ooh.
When we get back, we'll give this movie a rating.
Out of 7.
I have an attempt to rate this movie. 1 out of 7.
5 out of 7. I think the more we use it, the more comfortable we'll be with it.
Definitely.
We'll
I
get
agree.
like that our barometer
Yeah.
calibrated.
Okay, I won't do that. I was calculating it, but I shouldn't calculate.
7 times 5.
It's a 5 out of 7. You're exactly right. Yeah.
It's a lot more instinctual.
Yeah, it has to be. Cuz it doesn't make any sense, so.
The 6 out of 7 was like, wow, that was good.
Yeah.
7 is like obviously 10. 5 is like, that was good.
7 is perfect. 6 is really good. 5 is like
Good.
it was good.
Good.
Good. Cool. Now that we got that out of the way, you ready to
Time to
fight?
Fight.
Ready to punch you my face in? All right, guys. It's time for a section we like to call
Things and such. Dun, dun, dun.
Ivan. Should we start small and then go big?
Let's start small.
'Kay.
Let's ease our way into the arena.
Okay. Don't Look Up. Did you see the trailer for Don't Look
no,
Up?
I forgot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I did. But it's like a teaser of a trailer. I saw
Yeah,
it.
there wasn't too much story in it,
I saw
right?
TikTok. That's how I saw it.
I saw a stat saying more people watch TikTok and YouTube, and I'm like, yep,
It's
we're going to
crazy.
die.
It's crazy. I like it. You gotta accept what it is, and then like
I'm off TikTok, boy.
you gotta go with the flow.
I'm pushing against Instagram even, but
TikTok's next.
that's a habit I can't kick.
We're like close to like, I feel like we're close to that social media that's like beneficial to us. I don't know if it's whatever's after TikTok or the one after that,
No.
but I think we're close.
How's it going to be beneficial?
What do you mean how?
Like,
I already see benefits from TikTok. You old man.
what's the benefit?
You see people's humanity more. Their realistic mistakes. What's that like? Not insecurities.
I don't like that.
You don't like that? Like the explanation or that you see people in their
I think
slums?
that it's fake. It's all fake.
No.
They're doing it for the views.
Nah.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are just like off the cuff, like, look at my dumb dog, and the dog like, like they didn't expect that.
That's great, but that's not what I'm talking about. That's once every 10 talks. You like that?
10 ticks of the talk.
Most 9 out of 10 is like, look, I'm giving $1,000 to this homeless
I'm not
person.
talking about those though.
Check out my t-shirt game at
But
tshirtgame.com.
like, look, with Instagram, you would be like, you wouldn't even be able to find those 1 out of 10s ever. You would have to really look for it. With TikTok, it throws like those, but then it throws like that 10 view whatever at you sometimes. And
I know we've had this debate,
then shut up.
but it's not good enough for me.
Then you.
You
wait.
For me, it's like instead of looking at a TikTok that's showing humanity, I'd rather meet someone that gives me some humanity.
Obviously, but we need like we got 2 worlds, real life and the internet. We got to figure out how to make the internet like
A layer on top of the
on real life.
well, VR, baby. That's what we're going through.
Eventually.
Yeah, that's the real game changer. Once we put on the glasses and see the hood, and we could see the amount of likes you got.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, baby.
Uh-huh.
We could see your humanity meter. Oh, this person only
It's like
has 60.
he's only 60% human.
Yeah.
What a spaz.
Even then, that'd be a little bit too much information, you know? It's
It
like,
wouldn't be like a humanity meter.
can I just figure out who you are the old-fashioned way?
But eventually, when VR gets so realistic, it's just like you might as well go outside if you're gonna live this VR life. But I guess you can't be like Akon in real life. You could be Akon in VR, little Akon avatar.
I was thinking AR, not VR. But yeah. Because AR is like you're
Augments,
mixing
Like, yeah.
real and fake.
Well, I don't even know what they'd use AR for.
You put on your
Oh, maybe
Google
like
glasses
doot,
and you
doot.
see everyone. You go to the coffee shop and you see what kind of person they are just looking at them.
No, but
They do this and that. Oh,
with VR, I think is
and then you click on them and you see their Instagram profile. There.
that would be good. But I'm saying for like VR, you could have that connection with people across the world. And that's what I think is the most important part about the internet. Like real life, you could connect people close to you. Internet, you could connect to people far from you. And VR would be like finally that step where it's close to.
But in the end, isn't it all that matters is like the real close people? Like it's nice that I can talk to Shang-Chi in China, but I only want to talk to my niece in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And that's why I want VR, not to talk to hibiscus flower.
But if the internet is going to exist and it's always going to exist, like you might as well have it turn into this connection place
layer.
instead of what it is now, which is kind of like not so connected.
Yeah. It's very siloed.
Siloed?
Like siloed off. Like your Instagram, your main complaint is that you are siloed.
Well, you can't see other things? Is that what?
Yeah. Like What you like TikTok is that you are unsiloed.
Oh.
That you can see things
Like
randomly.
yes.
Okay. I'm glad that we agree that we don't agree. At least about
Shut
TikTok.
up. That was round 1 of our fights.
Matrix 4.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Okay. We'll talk about that next time.
I kind of just want to watch the movie. I don't really care about the trailers.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest.
Like,
Because they don't give you much. And then you get disappointed.
yeah. I'll wait till other people decide how it is. And
You're
then-
right. Why am I watching trailers? I'm just wasting my time. I could be connecting with people.
Yeah.
Should we do it now? I don't know what else to talk about.
You don't have any other?
No, not really. No, I don't. I put only 2 things.
Okay,
Kanye and Drake.
Go.
How should we start this? Should we give like
A synopsis of their entire life leading up to this moment.
should we just talk about one album then another one and then
yeah.
So Kanye first?
Of course.
Kanye came out 3 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
About
I listened to it while I was in Cancun. Not optimally because I put the music low so I wouldn't wake up my wife who was sleeping on the car ride.
was it like from your phone or like headphones low?
No, I had it on
Car?
the speakers.
Oh.
So I listened to it and I was like, oh, I didn't really enjoy it. And then I listened to it on the airplane. I'm like, okay. And then I listened to it here and I'm like, okay, I get it now.
Jeez. 3 levels of okay. Okay.
How'd you listen to it?
I mean, I listened to the listening parties.
Ah, that's right. I didn't listen to those.
There's 3. I didn't listen to the first one, but they said it was bad.
Uh-huh.
I listened to the second one and I liked it. I was like, this is Kanye.
Uh-huh.
And the third one was basically like he redid some verses so it sounded not like it was recorded in a stadium.
Uh-huh.
And then more songs or switch the things. Like third one was just like, all right, this is what it is.
Yep.
And I liked it all, like from the second one. And then finally, like I woke up one morning and I saw it was out. So I was like, boop. Listen to it in my bed and I was like, yes, finally. After like 5 years, an actual album
Yep. Was it 5 years?
from Life of Pablo.
Oh.
Like an actual album.
So Ye isn't an actual album to you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are, but they're not like an actual album to me is like 50 minutes.
Gotcha.
And
Oh, you got more than 50 minutes, buddy.
that's what I'm saying. We got like double album.
So what'd you think
levels.
about the album?
Amazing. A new lust for life yet again. Yet again.
What'd you think about, what was he trying to, like, okay, so you think the...
I got you. Any questions? Hit me. Shoot me in the face with them.
What is the album to you?
Perfection. It's like his mother's memorial. Like at base
No, it's
level.
not.
What do you mean? Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you talking about like the actual song meanings or like?
No, I'm talking about like... Yes, I'm talking about what is the album to you? And you think it's...
me? Well, I think it. Well, I guess 2 things. It's like a memorial for his mom,
Okay.
and to do that, he just makes music. So it's not like strictly, like "Mom, I love you, I need you."
Right,
You know,
right.
like there's parts of that, but he's not gonna do a whole album of that.
Yep.
But the other part of it is like just like forgiveness is like I think the main theme of it,
Okay.
or like owning up to your mistakes.
Uh-huh.
And then just like living with it being better.
What
Moving on.
what songs specifically give you that feeling of
Um,
forgiveness?
New Again. That's like Make Me New Again.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that's the obvious one.
Yeah.
24, I guess. Maybe not
Yeah.
forgetting this, but like moving on
Yeah.
with the like
24
mistakes.
is low-key my favorite song.
I mean,
And not because of Kobe, but
it's a good song either
it's
way.
a really good song.
It's a like, yeah, it's a good song. Whatever.
Okay, the obvious part is that Kanye is obviously a genius and he can make music that sounds incredible. The other obvious thing is that he can't really rap that well. That's just a fact, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, he can rap well, but I don't think he cares about rapping well. Like he kind of does what the song requires of him. Cuz like
Yeah.
Off the Grid, he raps. But I'm pretty sure what he did is like cut off he cut like he probably did the verse like 5 times and then cut the best parts of each one
Yeah.
cuz there's parts where it sounds like and then
Yeah.
it kind of
Yeah.
instantly goes to the next one.
Like there's no breathing in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I kind of want. But that's like a different sort of criticism, more preference than anything.
Uh-huh.
But like he raps there and that's like woo wee sort of rap.
Yeah.
But most of the album isn't really like that. It's more like duh, duh, duh,
Yeah.
duh,
That's
duh,
why.
duh.
So when I first like really heard it, I was like, this, to me, this sounds like a spoken word album.
He's
like
not
it-
really he's not a rapper anymore. He's just like
He's
He-
talking.
he's a without sounding corny, he's an artist who just uses music as like
a vessel.
his art form
Yeah.
and just picks whatever sounds he loves in his ears and then shoots it out. But he's also inspired by rap because that's like what he grew up with. You know, because he has obviously rappers on the thing and he raps.
But that's the thing. If you, okay, he is rapping. He's doing that. But my main criticism with the album is that his raps are just so, and he's always been this, to your point. Like, he's always been plain spoken.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been blunt.
Yeah.
But I feel like with this album specifically, he didn't give enough time to the rhymes itself, to the actual lyrics, to make it very packaged and succinct.
But what do you mean?
So, like, his raps are so, like, to me, they're very basic.
But like on what song? Like Off the Grid?
Off the Grid,
That's like the only song that's like actual rap. The rest are like like
there was other, honestly, I can't be specific right now, and I can't give you the specific one. But he would be like, this, all I can think right now is Off the Grid, but it's like, this for my kids.
But
Off
that's
the
the
grid.
hook.
I know, but it would be stuff like that throughout the album that he raps, where it's like, it's an obvious rhyme,
Uh-huh.
and there's not really too much effort into making it very
Oh.
more lyrical, more dense.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Kanye was never like that.
I think he's more about the sound
Yeah,
of what he's saying, not like the content of what he's saying.
correct. And before, he would have more ghostwriters. I feel like
Yeah.
with this, he's doing most of the work himself. But you can tell because like his raps aren't as well thought out.
Yeah. Shut up.
So that's my main gripe with the album. And the second main gripe is that it's way too long.
Oh yeah, that's for you. For you, I guess.
Like this, the one, I think it's
Is it third song?
the second one. What is it?
I Know God Breathed on This.
Yeah,
That one was
it's like,
the end is just too long.
I think one thing that I heard that was a good criticism, and it made sense, and it made me like the album more, to be fair, is that like some of the album sounds like it would work in a stadium, but it doesn't work in album form.
Mm-hmm.
Like that in stadium form would sound good because like the sound of like the sort of like the gospel chorus in the background, like whoo, is sort of very thematic and like it sets a mood, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're listening to it in a car, you're just like, all right, I've been listening to the same loop for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
I can just skip over this.
So maybe it's a tour album.
It is. It's also an experimental album.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing. I heard a lot of Yeezus when I was listening to this. Like, I heard remnants of Yeezus.
Yeah.
Just on the opposite side where it's
Yeah.
more church-based.
Church Jesus.
And another thing is like I love when he goes full choir. Like I love the choir parts of this album. That's when I think this. That's what I think is the best part of the album. Like 24, it's just amazing.
Hurricane.
And I love when I mean I hated when he cut off the choir in the part of
I love that.
I hated that.
I love it.
Like just the utter silence.
I love it.
Because I want to hear it.
Yeah, but it feels like
he's taken away.
Like it's like a beam of flashing light at you, like.
Well, that's probably because
gone.
Does he do that in the concert?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Like a laser to your mind, like.
Yeah.
And then instantly you're like, what the heck was that?
Yeah.
I know I could get why you don't like it because you want to hear more of that.
Yeah. And that also shows how good, like that song being that good shows you why Kanye's good and why The Weeknd's so good. Because Kanye knows how to use the talent that well, and The Weeknd obviously has talent.
Perfect voice.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he could just turn that out.
Yeah.
Probably in like one session.
Yep.
Like, here's the lyrics. Okay. Bam.
Yep.
Perfectly sung lyrics.
Yep. What else?
Got your little list of criticisms. You
I
poser.
think that's it.
You poser.
That's it.
Yeah, like if they cut it in half, I think it would have cut it in half and then switch some songs up so it's a little more radio hit worthy. It could have been like a mainstream, like, wow, this is 10 out of 10, like mainstream wise, but still like experimental enough where people will be like, this is Kanye's back sort of thing.
Like to me, Jail was the clear song that's like, if you would have done more of this, it would have been. And then he, like, okay, I'm just like thinking off the cuff, but
The Baby.
The Baby was actually better than Jay-Z.
Yeah.
But I hate how he uses Jay-Z.
Well, Jay-Z sucks.
He doesn't.
He sucks now because he doesn't care enough.
But Kanye's sort of stupid for putting him in there. No, he's not stupid.
Oh.
He did. That's his own. He's trying to save face there.
Kanye?
Yeah.
In what way?
Jay-Z gives him something. He's like, finally, let's put this out to show that we're okay.
Uh-huh.
But that's all you get from Jay-Z. Like, you're supposed to Watch the Throne, Jay-Z, not that piece of.
I don't think Jay-Z cares anymore.
Well, he gave a better verse to Drake than he did.
Barely.
No, it was way better.
I don't know. I wasn't like, this is the Jay-Z I know can kill me in one look.
No, but it was
Better.
way more resonant than this.
Sure. But still, I think Jay-Z should be going. If he's Jay-Z, he should be going like Jay-Z levels
On a feature.
Especially if he only does one feature a year.
True.
Like take the 5 extra minutes to go Jay-Z levels of hard on everything you do. Like just to shut everyone up because you're Jay-Z. I guess maybe he doesn't have to because he's so super rich, but come on, just do it.
Okay.
On everything.
But to be fair, when I heard Jail, I was like, this album's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's also, I know he didn't come up with that melody.
What the dun that?
Take what you want. That part. He didn't do that.
You don't know that.
I know, but I do.
You don't know that.
But
that's how he's always been.
I know. But that's what makes him good too. Like he knows what to grab and what not to grab.
Yeah.
But I don't think his raps are. That's just what hinders it for me, I guess.
Yeah, but I was never like this. Helped me realize like what I like more in music now. It's not like I'm not too into like the rapness of a rap. Just I like more the sounds of like catchiness of like how that tickles my ear.
Right.
How they say things.
Right.
Not exactly like, oh, that was a very eloquently put bar. You know?
No, but someone's voice is how you hear something.
What?
And the way he says things, the way he raps, it sounds so matter of fact and boring to me that it is boring.
But
Like when you boom 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 boom, like he just follows.
oh, but I think that's also like he'd rather say whatever on the beat, so it just sounds all put together than actually make something smartly made.
Yeah. He invests more time into the
Production.
than the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to rank the album right now? Rate the album?
I think we should just go to Certified Lover Boy and then hit a 2 for
All right.
rank.
Let's go for a quick break. CLB. When did you first hear it?
When it released, I was waiting for it.
That night?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cute.
First listen, I didn't really like it. Like I was like, interesting. It doesn't sound too crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't until subsequent listens that I was like, okay, I like this album.
Okay.
And I like it in a way that I just like it. Okay?
Oh.
I can like things, okay?
Ooh, that bad, huh?
To me, it's an album that's like,
This is what it is. It's an average Drake album. Like, purely Drake. But, like, purely. Like, this is Drake at its essence.
yeah. And that's better than most things.
Water.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Yep.
Wow.
And the Kanye album.
Not funny.
A great Drake album is like a masterpiece, right? And a good Drake album is better than everyone else's album. To me.
Biased.
Yes. I think so.
Well, yeah, to you.
The type of
Yeah.
music I like, that I really like, is melody based music, right? I like music that's a lot of melody. I like catchy songs, blah blah blah, pop songs. But in the rap format.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Drake could do that really well. I was surprised that there wasn't any clear hits on this.
That was really weird.
And I was like, oh. And I'll let's get back to that. But after listening to it again, I just like how everything sounded. Like the fact that it was like basically R&B Drake.
Mm-hmm.
What were your opinions?
Can I poop on this mic?
Go.
I first listened. I liked it. Like, I wasn't like, I already knew I liked Donda way better. Like, first off, and like, it's kind of unfair to compare it because they're kind of doing completely different things.
Yeah.
But you can't not compare like the two biggest rappers.
Well, yeah, especially when they come out a week apart.
Yeah, like, you have to, like, you gotta.
Yeah.
Like, I liked, like, nothing on it was like, ew, why would he release this? But it was serviceable at worst, at worst, like, serviceable. And then there's a few I was like, yeah, like, first listen. But like by the end, I was like, that was just a Drake album.
Yeah.
But I expected like something new, like a change, something where I would be like, there's a clear difference between before listening to this and after it.
Yep.
But I listened to it, I was like, I'm the same man.
Yeah. Or more importantly, he's still the same man.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's kind of like I have the same problem with Kid Cudi, where he's like 38 and still has like the problems of being 16. And like, I'm not trying to knock him for still being depressed, because like that's its illness on its own.
Or if he is, yeah.
Yeah. But at that point, it's like, all right, like, I can't listen to you be depressed for 20 years. Like, Drake, I can't listen to you having
girl problems
for 20 years, especially like you got to grow up eventually. And maybe he has, but he wants to make this music that's like catered to that Drake character. So he, even though maybe he did evolve past that, but he's like, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't, or whatever.
It's the same way like a gangster rapper is still rapping about guns when he lives in Hollywood.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, but like I just wanted more, and maybe this is part of his grand 20-year plan of like, I'm gonna release this, a classic Drake, classic Drake, not a classic Drake album. And then this next
a quintessential Drake album.
Yeah, this next one's gonna be the one where I branch out, where I evolve.
So there's word on the street that maybe we're gonna get a Drake album next year, like right in the summer, to kick off
Summer 16, Summer 22,
because he can't really
tour.
The thinking is that he gave this one sort of away because you still can't really tour like he can. So he's like, I'm not gonna release anything big yet, so I'm just gonna give out the music that, and supposedly some of it's already been leaked. I didn't know that or anything, but there's rumblings about that. Whatever. It's still an album where he didn't take risks.
Yeah.
But I think we're looking at him incorrectly, because like he's never been that risk taker. He's always been the vibe guy. And you can say he isn't growing up, or he isn't moving past where he is mentally. But that might be that. I think you're sort of spoiled by Kanye being sort of
trendsetter,
a crazy man,
genius,
and bipolar. That he's someone that's never in the same place, because mentally he's never in the same place, you know.
But even, I mean, like Kendrick Lamar, he changes.
He
like if
changes.
Maybe not like Kanye changes, because I guess you're kind of right. But Kendrick, it feels like there's a next step each time.
Well, yeah, because the thing about Kendrick is that his albums are more, they always have a good theme, a different theme, I should say.
Yeah.
And Drake has released the breakup album, or the woman, all his albums are, not all of them, but there's Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and this album, that are very heavily
women inspired,
women and breakup inspired. Yeah, but I was telling my wife, I was like, she asked me, do you like this album? I was like, yeah, I like the album, but I would love this album if I was going through a breakup.
So you're like, bye, see ya.
But seriously, that's how I feel. This album would sound so good and hit so hard if I was going through a breakup.
But I feel like you could still draw from those past feelings, even if you're not.
No, that's why I still like this album, because it's still relatable. It's not unrelatable to me.
Yeah.
And you also, it's sort of interesting that Drake, if this is true, that he still feels these kind of emotions, like, oh, weren't you just talking about this in a past album? Like, you still have these same trust issues with girls. Like, God, your life is sort of sad.
Yeah.
And the issues with friends, like losing friends.
Got no friends in this industry.
Great song.
Yeah, I like that song. There's like 5 that I'm like re-listening to.
Yeah.
From the album, but like a lot of the other ones are kind of I've heard before.
I can tell you when I first heard, there's 2 moments when I first heard him when I was like, what the heck's going on here? Poppy's Home, I laughed out loud because he's like,
he made that. You actually made that sort of thing.
Yeah, like how corny it is. And just how genius it is, and that he has Nicki Minaj on it, like basically doing the same thing but for the girls.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was genius. But when I heard "Way Too Sexy," I'm like, this is too weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is too weird. I don't know why he put this on the album.
TikTok.
But then when I saw the video, I was like, okay, this makes sense.
He put that quick, so people would be like, "What's going on?" Like they would get it.
Yeah. But it's crazy how that just recontextualized everything for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, I like it.
No hits. No obvious hits.
And that's the thing too. Like, is it that he didn't want to put out hits? That he wanted to save it for the next album? Given that
I don't like that. Like that just shows how much he's chasing like numbers, or like he cares too much about, like, if he cared more about like the art of making music, he would just put his all into whatever album he's putting out next. If you're saying he like all right, I'm gonna just release what I have, then that's like, I don't know, that doesn't feel very artistic, because then he's trying to do it for the tour, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I guess I'm trying to think of a way to fight that, but it's true that like in an ideal world and you're trying to be completely artistic, but when have we ever heard of Drake being the guy to look at for like pure artistry? He's not that guy, you know.
But even if he released the album he wanted to, like whatever is the summer one that's full of hits, like it's not like if he didn't release that today, he wouldn't make bajillions touring in 2 years. Like he just wants to make the peak amount of money or numbers of whatever he wants to, whatever he releases.
He does.
Because anything less, it's like, oh, Drake finally fell off. Everyone figured it out. Like, because everyone's saying that, like, oh, Drake's falling off, like in some way. Because like he's at the top, people want to see him fall, you know?
Yes.
So the second he like makes 1 million less, he's like, finally, I was right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I guess that's its own pressure that he has to live with, but still, like, make the hits that I want you to make. Screw the haters.
Yeah. I mean, okay. What'd you think? Let's just get into some songs. What'd you think about the Kid Cudi song?
Garbaggio.
Really?
It just didn't feel like anything. Like, that's Kid Cudi, that's Drake. Like, it was cooler when I saw it on the track list, but when I listened to it, I wasn't very like, wow, this worked perfectly, you know?
Yeah. It wasn't okay. So I think you're gonna say this about most of the songs that I bring up. There's nothing very like revolutionary or integral about them.
Yeah, or even like solid. Like we're like that was like Kid Cudi did his thing, and Drake went and did his thing.
To be fair, I love Kid Cudi's part. I think he did his thing.
Well, I also don't really like Kid Cudi in general.
Okay, so shut up.
I like him on Donda.
The Moon song?
Yeah.
He barely did anything.
That's what I like to hear. I don't think they go together too well. I think he should have sung, and then Drake wouldn't have been like.
It was a good song to me.
I mean, if you like it, you like it. I'm just saying, I wanted Drake and Kid Cudi.
The fact that they're on the same song is a lot, because
that was weird.
They used to have a beef.
I know.
And they came out in the same. Their first album came out in the same year. It's been forever since I don't think they've ever been on the same song.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's weird how like nobody's really said anything like Cudi or Drake or Kanye. Like I feel like if Kanye saw that, he would have been like, bye, Kid Cudi.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's butthurt.
Yeah, and like Kid Cudi, I don't think he said anything.
I think he did say something, but I don't know what he said.
That's still kind of weird. Like I feel like it should have been a bigger deal with the beef like that.
Yeah,
especially with Kanye being like.
Trust me, I think Kanye took it away, and I think Cudi's mad at Kanye right now.
It's
for
weird.
Kanye taking
It's
away.
it's a weird position. Thunder.
Was it?
I don't know.
Fair Trade,
Oh,
Travis Scott song.
That was one of the songs I liked.
I like it too. I think the chorus he took from Travis because it sounds like a chorus he would say.
The I lost friends.
No,
But
it's
I
like
found
85. What is it?
I don't remember.
Well, I think I think it was a good song. It was a
Yeah.
good song. In the Bible was good to me.
I don't know. I know this with Baby.
Yeah.
Or is it?
No, Lil Durk, sorry. And Giveon.
Yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't like. It was good, but it wasn't one of the
liked
songs I'm replaying.
And I like No Friends in the Industry.
That was good.
The one with 21 Savage is good.
I felt like cobbled together or something. Like it felt like too much. Like it didn't feel like it flowed well.
It wasn't
Like,
perfectly flowing, correct. It did feel separate.
yeah, but I like 21 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Project Pat before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like on features of artists that are
Yeah.
good.
I remember when I first heard him, I was like, dang, this guy sounds so cool. Because it was so different from.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And I do like Get Along Better with Ty Dolla $ign.
That was a good song.
It was like a great troll song. Great song.
He has a lot of the same features as Donda.
Wow, there is thunder.
Weird.
Yeah, he does.
It's weird. Like the coincidence, or I guess like they all use like the same top 10 artists, so I guess it's not really a coincidence. But still, like Kanye isn't really the type to go for the top ones, but I guess he is now.
Yeah.
Like Yee, that was like all the artists on there were kind of low besides Kid Cudi, and I don't know if he was on it, but
Party Next Door was on it.
yeah. But a lot of the other ones are like very small ones.
Yeah.
But both with Donda, I think that had a lot more hitters.
That was the one where he was like inviting everyone, and he finally used like all their verses, right?
Yeah.
Should we do it?
You give your rating and I'll give mine.
Out of 10, right? Because I can't do no 7s.
Yeah. I'll rate it what I think it deserves, not what my personal rating is. Like bias aside.
Okay. I'll do the same.
No, you won't, you liar.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Should I do Drake first?
Yeah.
Drake is a 7.
That was mine. 7.
Kanye is a... If I have to be honest, it's a 7.
Wow.
And that's honestly that's generous. I want to give it a
Wow.
6.5 or a 6.
No way.
Yeah.
I think it's an 8.
It's cuz it's the thing too where, and I'm biting my own, I'm sort of going against what I said, but like since there's no real, it's called Donda, and when she's on it, she's talking about Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
And the songs, they have mixed messaging. Like, they're all scrambled together.
Mm-hmm.
There's parts where he's, like, talking about haters. There's parts where he's, like, talking about forgiveness, about God. There's no clear messaging. It sounds more of, like, what it was, which is, let's invite all the biggest rappers, all the biggest artists,
Mm-hmm.
and let's put some... Let me talk about whatever I want to talk about. He edited the bad words that he said out. So he was rapping with curse words, which I don't get that timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, there's no concise messaging, but I guess when you're thinking about what I was saying earlier too, where it's like when you don't explicitly say what the album's about, it gives you your own interpretation. But I can't really find one to give one.
I think you're knocking a lot of points down for just being uncomprehensive or wrapped up.
But true. But even when I take a song individually,
You don't think any of these are Because I feel like
There's high highs and low lows. That's what I feel like.
I can't. I have bias. I can't. But come on, there's like some high highs on here, like where I think like this is like
There is, but
this is
there's
Kanye.
there's low lows where I'm bored and I want to skip the song.
Well, do you know any of the low lows besides the Pop Smoke one?
It's funny because I actually like the Pop Smoke
You
one.
piece of garbage. You.
And then I listened to what he got it from. I was like, oh, I like the original better.
I didn't know he got it from something.
It's from his latest album, his posthumous,
Posthumous.
whatever. I like that one better, but whatever.
Okay.
No, I can't. The songs that I don't remember are the songs that I skipped.
Because there's like, I mean, if I were to cut it, like of songs I like probably won't listen to again, I could take out like 3. If I could cut it to be like a 10 out of 10, probably like 10 songs, but it would be painful like the last 5.
To me, like the issue is that it's not just removing songs, it's fixing his rapping. Like him being
so you think it's less than the mainstream 7?
I think. Wait, what do you mean by mainstream 7?
Because that's what I was kind of rating it. Like, I think this is a mainstream 8. Drake is a mainstream 7. Certified Lover Boy. We gotta talk about the cover. Don't forget.
I think. So it's like, what's the last good album to come out?
Nothing. What? That's big.
Tyler the Creator's album.
Okay, that one's cohesive.
I think Tyler's album is better than this album.
You would listen to that more than this, or
Yeah.
you think okay?
And then my preference is that I would listen to Drake. I think Tyler's album is better than Drake's album, but I'm gonna listen to Drake because I like Drake's style of music more.
I would say Tyler's an 8, Donda's an 8, Certified's a 7, but I would listen to Donda more, Certified more, and then never listen to Tyler.
And okay, and then the reason I wouldn't I would listen to Donda more if I literally thought it was a better album, but I don't. I literally can't listen to some of the songs because I just don't like them enough. Like even Off the Grid's a good song, but I don't like how it sounds. Like the style he's doing
Of his rap.
I don't like the chorus. It's too on the nose, and I don't like the beat really. Like I don't like the sound of it.
You don't like the beat? You crazy?
I like Flavio Foreign's verse. To me, that's like so
if you
good.
didn't like that, I would have.
To me, that's
jumped out of that
the
window.
point of the song, and that's the thing. Like a lot of it's like I'm there for the guest artist, not for Kanye.
That lining's close.
I know. I'm there for The Weeknd. I'm not there for Lil Baby or Kanye. I'm there for Young Thug, not for Kanye.
But like, I feel like this is kind of like The Life of Pablo. Like, what do you give The Life of Pablo? Mainstream. 8?
Yeah.
I think Life of Pablo is like better, like just generally. I don't know. You have to ask me in like a couple years what I'll listen to more.
Okay, this is a good. Let's rank Kanye's album really
hold
quick.
on. I
Okay.
had a point.
Okay.
Because The Life of Pablo has that messy feeling, but I also think that's the point of it.
Yes. Correct.
Donda is, I don't know if it's,
But
it is a little messy, but
there's
it's also
nothing-
stuffed.
there's nothing as good as like Father Hold My Hand. What is it? Stretch My Hands. What's the one with the worst rapper alive, Chance the Rapper?
Oh, Ultralight Beam?
There's nothing remotely as good as Ultralight Beam on this.
Ooh.
Ultralight Beam is miles above anything on this album.
I don't know. That's tough.
Miles. Like Jail could be it, but it's ruined by Jay-Z's verse.
What about Jail Part 2? I think Jail Part 2 is like,
It's close. Jail
That's
Parts
like
is
such
close.
a good song,
It's close, yeah.
even though it's like the most unethical song ever made.
I know, and that's another thing. But like
Separate from the artist.
Marilyn Manson, are you kidding
That's
me?
just funny. Like, it's horribly funny. Like, it's so bad it's funny. Like,
That's
did
your
that.
boy, man. That's
But he has, look, it doesn't matter. That's not the point of this.
okay.
I'm not getting
But
into this.
okay, Ultralight Beam. There's nothing. To me, that's what makes that kind of album good. And Young Thug's part in
Remote control?
Is-
Or,
in
Lowlights?
yeah, that was so good compared to like this one. Like, there's nothing as good as that.
It's tough.
Like, and Designer's part in that made that album go crazy. But there's nothing on this album like that. Nothing. And that's why this album isn't. Yeah, it's like.
But like the thing that also elevates this album is like it's super, like this is kind of like a cop out, but it's like super raw, and that rawness translates into made unwell, like not
because
well made.
The story behind this album is better than the actual album.
You shut your mouth.
The fact that he made it in a stadium is, it's like what you're saying, like art.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because it's like I did this way.
No, that's different. That's different. That is like purposefully like trying to. Like I was saying, I hate the people who do that and try to trick people. Kanye, he does this because he's a psychopath. Like,
Yeah.
He's not doing it as like, I'm an artist. I am living in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and nobody can do anything. Well, he probably does say that, but he doesn't do that as like an artiste. He does that because he's a psychopath.
Yes, but it's in the same vein.
You shut your mouth.
I'm not saying that he's spitting and calling it art, but I'm saying that he's doing things. He's adding to the story of. Like, try to take all that away, and what if
he's not doing that on purpose. He's just so crazy. Everything he does is like crazy, so it's like, wow, this man is a story. But
yeah,
I feel like you're making it sound like he's planning these like stories.
Can you, hold on.
I think it was the wind. You okay, baby? No, leave it. Leave it. It's raw.
Yes, but you can't deny. That's crazy. You can't deny the fact that not only are you biased because it's Kanye.
It's like our storm. The hurricane.
What if The Weeknd just pops in and starts singing to us? You can't deny that you're not only inflicted by the bias that Kanye's your favorite artist, but you're inflicted by the bias that you saw this album in its lead up, and that's how you're experiencing it. If you were just given Donda,
Okay, hold on. Wait, go.
if you were just given Donda and listen to it, you're like, okay, you
But
would take it
isn't
a different way.
Doesn't that make it even better? Like
It does.
it's like a living
Yeah,
album.
because it's a story. It's like
That's
no
better
one
than
will
an
know.
album.
To me, certain albums mean more to you because of where you were in your life, right?
Yeah,
And that's what it is.
but you shouldn't. I feel like in some way, every artist should do this. Every rapper should live their album like this.
Yeah.
In their way.
Yeah.
Not in Mercedes-Benz Stadium way, but
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna make CLB, give us a documentary about how, or
something.
give us a movie about the failed relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just make your 20-track album that's a little too long. Cough, cough.
Kanye.
Shut up. But don't just make the album and then pick up the paycheck. Like, come on. That's so sad now. Like, that's depressing. I'm not saying he's doing that exactly. But, like, to a point, he's doing that.
Right. But he still put in the work and he made very good music. Like, that music.
Serviceable music.
Yes, but it's very good. Like, it's still incredibly hard to make the music he made. So it's not like he's just
I
spinning
think he
it.
can poop it out.
No.
I think he can. I think he's done it so long where It's like any job you do forever. You're gonna just like and be
Well, then that goes back to the age old story, like of the designer who made the $1 million logo in 15 minutes. Like,
yes.
but it still took him a long time to get to that part.
But that's different. Like he was hired to make that logo. That's simple.
People pay him to give us songs, Drake songs.
Drake's that good, why doesn't he push himself to be better? Cut. That's the end. Every time I hear past stories about how Kanye's albums are made, they're made in like a couple weeks or a month.
Yeah.
808s was made like weeks, wasn't it? Something.
I don't know.
It's made like in a short amount of time. But I think now his illness is spilling hard into his music, where he still has that amazing talent to make these albums, but now he doesn't have that scope of
Correct.
a healthy brain to reel it in.
Correct.
And I think now we're just going to see like worse and worse and worse, but like still super raw. So in like 20 years, we're going to get this disgustingly bare album.
When I saw the reviews for this, for Donda, I was like, immediately I thought to myself, I wonder if 20 years from now, it's going to be like a Miles Davis album where they said like that was a weird album, it's not that good. And then 20 years later, like it's actually a masterpiece.
I think it is. Let me finish. It is a masterpiece in like you're watching like a tornado like decimate like a land, like the beauty of nature's destruction, you know?
Uh-huh.
And like there's beauty in that way, even though it's such a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Like you could do that like as its own masterpiece.
Correct. There's beauty in ugliness, you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, but look at Yeezus. That's true. That's a true destructional album. Like the sound of that, like that's ugly, but it's still beautiful.
Yeah. But I'm saying the ugliness of this is his I keep wanting to say disability, but his mental illness. Like you're watching an artist die right now.
Okay.
And there's like a horrible beautiful dark twisted fantasy.
But it's not about death.
He's going down.
You think so? You said this like 2 years ago. Remember?
It's going to take forever. But like he's deteriorating like mentally. It takes forever to go from like,
so you think he's going to die like in his 60s? Like
I could see that. Or like just he does something so wild, like jumps off a bridge, says, "I know I can fly," like, and he believes it.
No, I don't think I'll do that.
I don't think he'll do it that obvious, but something like this. Like, I don't think he'll live very long. Like, he won't live to his 80s. I don't think.
I hope he does.
I mean,
I prayed to whoever's up above that he does.
Pray to
and
Jesus.
I honestly, before I thought he would pass away early after like the whole mental breakdown stuff during the tour of life of Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
But now I feel like he's at a better state where he has so much money that he can do whatever he wants. So he doesn't really care about like.
But if his like mental capacity is getting worse and worse, like it's kind of like Alzheimer's, where eventually your organs just stop. But
I didn't think about that.
Whatever he has, it's gonna get so bad where probably gonna get divorced because nobody wants to live with him.
Yeah,
his kids won't want to talk to him because he's like, you need to listen to God or something. Because that's like it's getting worse in like some way.
Yeah,
and you can see it with his albums.
Yeah. It is a good markage of like someone's life, you know, like a peek into a brain.
It's going to be interesting to see where it goes.
Okay. So we ranked them. What'd you think about the album covers?
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. Like, it's so weird how they both did so different things with their album covers.
Uh-huh.
Like, Kanye's all black, and I think that's like memorial, sort of. Donda, all black.
Uh-huh.
Like, you wear all black to a memorial.
Uh-huh.
I saw this video about like why he wore the mask during this, and it's so like the music would speak for itself and not what things you see about him.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But
Shut
he's
up.
wearing a spiky. Wasn't it?
Oh,
What
but
about
that's also
that?
because he loves fashion. I'm just saying the mask. Like the mask covers the face, which is what you see about a person the most.
Okay.
The rest is more like, I don't know, clothes. The mask covers the face. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I would want an actual cover. Like,
Yes,
no matter
obviously.
what. You
Black?
Can you?
Just mad that
You're just mad Certified Lover Boy has a poopy little cover.
it's an amazing cover.
It would be an amazing cover if it was an amazing album.
No. It's an amazing cover because it did what it needed to do. It made everyone say,
Market?
what the hell is this?
But that's also, it feels like another, like, marketing super tool that Drake wants to bump the numbers up. It's like, it's just too much money, too much numbers,
But
too much.
you're just being clouded now.
By what?
Because it's literally, it's like it's pop art.
But I don't like that artist. Have you seen his other work?
Yeah.
I hate it. I like, like the dot stuff. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Come on. Like at the point, that to me feels like art.
Well, that's like the criticism pop art. Yeah. But yeah.
But like I saw that shark thing he did in.
I didn't see that.
It's like a giant shark, like a real shark in. It's like mummified, but you see it like fully in glass, and I think he separates it, but he does like a bunch of work like that.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of cool.
I never seen that.
But I don't really know what the message is. There probably is a message, but like I just don't like the dot stuff. I don't like emoji, and like I think that artist is like the most expensive artist in the world.
Is he?
Yeah, that's like another thing. Like you could have hired some very talented Instagram artist to make such a good cover too. And I do kind of like the cover in its own way. But if you're paying whatever monstrous amount of money Drake paid for this cover for like dot, you know, it just doesn't sit right.
It sits right with me. I think it's obviously like a troll. It's everything.
But if it's a troll, then I think the music in the album should have done something that different too. Because this cover is different.
I mean, it would have been awesome if it did, but it didn't.
But like the cover of the album kind of tells you what the album is.
And it was about that.
But in a tricky way.
No, in a clearly obvious way. Like, I am a certified lover boy. I'm telling you that
The mama.
yeah, it all makes sense. Like, he's a player.
But then if it's a 7 out of 10, like basic classic Drake, then it should have been like maybe him pregnant or something. I think that would have been too corny. Like a woman pregnant and then like a tattoo of Drake on her belly or something. Just something basic. Like a 7 out of 10 cover for a 7 out of 10 album.
You're not making any sense.
I make sense in my head.
The point is that he's flexing, he's trolling. It sort of makes sense with the cover makes sense with what the album's about.
I think if you have a controversial cover, you need a controversial album. And that is my hard opinion. And that is a controversial cover, like no matter what.
It is. But I think that's an opinion to have a controversial album to match your cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't think that?
I do not think that. I think you can have the most amazing cover and have a whack album or vice versa.
Well, yeah. I'm saying like I think the cover and the thing, the music should really tell a story about each other. And you're right, it does. It's like Certified Lover Boy. It's like the Lover, a Mom album, and then his problem with women. I see that. But the emojis. That's what's different. That's what's super different about it. The Damien Hirst guy. That's
Yep.
what's super different.
Yep.
That's what more of what I'm talking about. That's like super different.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Now I know what you're saying, but I think you're thinking of it like at another level where maybe, okay, yeah, I'll give it to you. You have the right to feel that way, but it doesn't mean you are right to think.
Flip me off.
That doesn't mean you're
Verbally.
right to think that way. That being said, I come away out of this happy to get new albums. I'm living with the album, so I'm listening to them on my car rides,
You're pathetic.
and I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Tanya wanted me to tell you that she likes Way Too Sexy.
I like it too.
I know, but she told me, she's like, tell Ivan I like the album and I like Way Too Sexy. Oh, and another thing, we were watching the video because I was like, look, this is so funny. And Young Thug comes out and she's like, is that Lil Wayne? And I was like, point taken. That's all you need to know. Is that Lil Wayne? Yes, that is Lil Wayne. That is Lil Wayne.
Baby Wayne.
What else? Anything else?
Kendrick.
The song with Baby Keem was really good.
Yeah.
I like what he does.
It's just very different. Like he's kind of known for voices already, but it's interesting. It kind of feels like he's a little manic with it.
Yeah.
And I hope the album's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I just love manic artists, I guess.
You do.
But he also said it's like his last album, which probably means something completely different.
It's his last with TDE.
Yeah.
But not with,
himself.
yeah, PG Lang.
Yeah. But I'm excited for that. I feel like I was kind of scared at first because I heard he was supposed to drop like a year ago.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like it was right before George Floyd and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure like that influenced him in some way.
Yep. But I love how he's like, I'm not out here like the fake activist.
Mm-hmm.
You heard that lyric?
No.
He's like, I'm not like all these fake activists out here.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying like all these people that are Black Lives Matter, he's like, I'm just keeping to myself.
Oh, yeah.
Like he has
Yeah.
a different kind of message where it's like, I don't come out and talk. I just come out like once every 5 years and you're going to listen to me.
I think that's like a different form of activism.
Yeah.
In a way. It's like
And he's probably he's
done enough.
He's like, you guys I've been talking about this since 2015.
Yeah.
Like I made a classic that won a Pulitzer
The album
Prize.
was like a joke or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so different from Kanye and Drake. Like it's wrong for us to even compare and like like it's wrong for us to compare Drake and Kanye's album. It's gonna be wrong when he comes out with his album and we say like, obviously he's a better rapper and lyricist.
Like, I don't know. Like I don't know about Kendrick's creative process, but
It's so refined.
yeah.
It's like meticulous.
Yeah. Like Kanye and Drake could learn from him, and they should. Not Kanye won't because he's like Kanye. But Drake, do better.
Well, to his credit, he doesn't have to.
I think eventually he will.
He will.
But no.
But today he doesn't.
Eventually he has to, but I don't know if he ever will.
I think he will. And if he does it, he'll be fine. He'll still be remembered as the biggest hip hop artist of all time. And that's
tough.
like literally the most successful hip hop artist of all time.
But you know, like Eminem was that at one point. And
Yeah.
now everyone makes fun of him.
Yes.
I don't want that for Drake.
Yeah, we are gonna see, like, yeah, 30 years from now, we're gonna be able to see a 60-year-old Drake and a 60-year-old Kendrick, and we're probably gonna be listening to Kendrick, and Kendrick is gonna make amazing albums when he's 70 and 80. Spoken word albums that are gonna hit us right in our soul.
Riding the boinglings.
So maybe, yeah, he's gonna be the most successful artist money wise, but Kendrick is probably gonna be the most successful artist artistically.
Kanye album 10 out of 10. Drake album 6 out of 10.
The true, the fighting words come out. Yeah, personally, I think Drake's album was like a 8, and then Kanye's is like a 6 or a 5.
Man, we're crazy.
Yeah, we are.
We're a couple crazy brothers.
We are. Oh, we love each other, don't we?
Well,
yeah.
that's it.
We'll be back next week with another podcast about, I don't know, maybe Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi. Ivan, any parting words for the beautiful people?
Nothing I could say legally.
Well, you heard it first. We'll be back next week. Peace out.
Bye.